See, when I took you on 6 months ago, Hawthorn, you told me you were diligent, worked well with the team, and that you'd be quick to learn. Now I've got your 6-month evaluation here, and the facts as stipulated in this particular document indicate that you sold me somewhat of a pudding at your interview. Not a nice self-sourcing chocolate pudding or some such delectable treat, but a big, fat, fucking smelly pile of bullshit pudding. You're a sluggard, Hawthorn. 8:05am, 8:10am, 8:07, 8:16. These are just some of the examples of your morning arrival times. The list goes on as long as my cock of other time breaches, including extended lunch breaks and dubious late afternoons spent on the crapper. Now when you take your lunch, you eat your focaccia and your macchiato, you read your funny pages, and get back on the production line within the allocated time frame. And when you hit the shitter, you make it snappy, you clean your tail, you spray the pot puree, and you get back to whistling and working. What's more, you tell me you work well with the team. Well, if that's the case, why does your team leader tell me that everyone thinks you're an ass? And as far as being quick to learn goes, you'd make Steady Eddie look like a Rhodes Scholar. Now, I like you, Hawthorn. I want to see things turn around for you. So take a good look at that report, pay heed, and let's try and get things back on track, okay? And get out of here. Go and have yourself a decent weekend. Senior for the championship!
Mr. Anthony! Benny's here to see you!
Oh, Benny? Oh, cracker, send him in, Sue.
G'day, Mr. Anthony.
Benny! So how was it, mate?
Yeah, lots of sun. Anyway, I got the cigars you wanted.
Oh, great! Oh, cheers!
Got you this as well.
Benny, what's this?
It's a poncho.
Benny, I just asked you to pick up the cigars. What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, nothing, really. You put it in your trophy room or something.
Benny, I just asked you to pick up the cigars. You don't want me to give you any money for it.
No, Lance, it's just a gift.
Oh, right. Oh, well. Thanks.
That's fine.
Anyway, you look like you do with a drink.
Do I ever?
Take a seat, mate. Scotch okay?
Scotch okay.
Scotch okay. There you go, mate.
Cheers.
So, Mexico. How was it? Did you surf? Oh yeah, the surfing's quite good there.
Nah, no surfing. I just sunbathed. I didn't trust the water.
Yeah, you look good. I can see you got yourself a tan.
I guess. I got sick for a bit too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got an awesome case of the squirts after a Taco and Corona death mission.
Oh no, you're joking.
Yeah, I spent a better part of the day on the porcelain. I couldn't decide whether to hug or sit on the thing.
Oh, shit, eh? So how's Isabel? You left her with her aunt, didn't you?
Yeah, her aunt. Oh, she was rapt to see me.
Yeah?
Oh, she hates my sister.
Yeah, well, she did drop her on the head when she was a kid.
Well, exactly. Oh, it was an accident, but...
Fuck that, Benny. Hey, listen to me. When you're holding a kid, a lot of people have a personal interest vested in the health of that child, not to mention the child itself. You don't just head plant the little fucker onto a solid pine floor and expect no repercussion. You mark my words, Isabel's right to think she's a bit of a prick.
Still, it was nice of her to look after her.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, listen. I had something to tell you. You know that guy Steve who started here last year, yeah?
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony,
Fuck, where'd you sprout from?
are we going to give the boys downstairs some drinks? It's quite a warm one today.
The drinks? No, fuck that. I'm not paying those schmucks to drink. I'm not sponsoring their happy hour.
It might help them work better.
Oh, is that right, Sue? I'm sorry. I must have made some grave mistake of thinking I was under the impression that I ran things around here. I mean, shit, if you've got a TAFE diploma like the one I've got, then by all means, sideswipe me off the road.
Couldn't hurt to refresh the poor buggers, mate.
Alright, there's a half a box of light ice out in the ice chest next to the storeroom. But tell them, if they go near the Forex, they can start taking the measurements for their coffins. Alright? Alright, so Steve, you remember him?
Yeah.
Now him and some of his mates have gone over to Thailand for an end of season football trip. Now I've started to get stuck into his wife, right?
An affair?
Well, she's the one having an affair. I'm just providing a valuable community service. Anyway, listen to this. So I don't miss a beat. I'm around there every night.
To provide a valuable community service.
That's right. Now the day before Steve's due back from his trip, we figure we're in the clear for one last bite of the cherry. So I'm around at the house for the last liaison, and Steve, the dopey fucker that he is, decides it'd be a nice surprise to come back a day early from Thailand and surprise his wife.
Oh, cripes.
Which drink should I get, Mr. Anthony?
Jesus Christ, woman! The fucking light ice! So he comes into the house with a big bunch of flowers, bursts into the bedroom, and suddenly feels less determined to celebrate the occasion.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, I'm not going to lie to you here. I was a little anxious at this stage. Steve's dumbstruck look quickly turns into insuppressible rage. His ears are letting out steam like a pressure cooker. Now I freeze for a moment as Steve starts coming towards me wielding a bunch of daisies. And I figure only the most plausible sounding explanation is going to get me out of this one. So I say, Now listen, Steve. After all, I'm doing you a favour.
A favour?
Yeah, a favour. So he stops to let this sink in. You can just about see his brain struggling to deal with the mechanics of the notion, the dopey fucker that he is. Then he says, "A favour? How do you suppose you're doing me a favour?" Now I pull the sheet up around my waist for dignity's sakes. Then I hit him with possibly the greatest piece of spontaneous thinking ever brought to fruition. I say, "Well, Steve, Stacey is a beautiful girl with an irrepressible sexual thirst. If I hadn't been around here with my very disease-free and sterile penis, might I say, well, she could have been out to any kind of bars or clubs looking for much-needed sexual stimulation from any number of unsavoury characters."
Jeez, you're a top bloke, mate.
So, short of being upset, I think you ought to be grateful to her for choosing such an appropriate mate, and to me for being such a great mate and being around here every night to perform the arduous task of boning your missus to make sure she didn't stray to less familiar and more dangerous quarters. I had him in tears of joy by the time I made my escape.